The chief is next.
Ms. Marcus.
Hi. Chief, I totally understand where you're coming from. If the city comes back and says you gotta cut 20%, he has no choice.
Yeah.
How he cuts it is our concern.
Right.
Right.
The other thing is who's cutting it, and then you come in
Yeah.
and help us. One of the things that I really concern is when he says across the board. What does that really mean to us? We are sitting in a community with the highest density of people. Poor people, low-income people, without insurance. Then we have all the freeways coming here through us, which that's an additional service that is not for our community, is for everybody else that drives through it. That's a big concern of mine. We have two fire engines in Boyle Heights. The one on Whittier and Euclid, and the one on Cesar Chavez near your house. And I'm concerned if they're being cut here, and I don't know if they're being cut in Boyle Heights. And we're in an area, we're in a certain circumference that we're not easy to get to, especially because with the freeways and the traffic from downtown. Now, Councilman Huizar, help us out. You know our area. You know how traffic it is, and you know how difficult it is to get across. I don't come and visit my brother, and I live in Boyle Heights, and he lives in El Sereno, because I can't get through.
Who's your brother?
You know, no, that's true. I mean, so this emergency and the response time is a big concern here. So when you say across the board, that makes me very, very nervous.
Can I respond to that?
Sure.
When I said across the board 10% for this fiscal year, when we adopted the budget last year, at a minimum 10%. There are other departments that took a much bigger cut. Some departments were eliminated or, what do you call it when you put them together? Merged together. And let me tell you, for a 10% cut from last year, it wasn't a bad deal given all the other cuts we had to make. We're in the worst economic crisis we've ever been since the Depression. Now, it's not only the economy. You know, I've been there 4 years, and we have also been trying to address what we call the structural deficit. That the city, in fact, does spend more each year than the revenues that come in. So that's a big problem that we have been in the last 3 years, whittling down little by little on top of the deficits we get because of the economic situation. So bottom line for me is, Terry, I agree with you. And that's why if you watch Budget and Finance, I've been one of the advocates to have less cuts to public safety.
Right.
When I say public safety, I'm talking generally, police, fire, and anything that would protect our residents. And part of the reason why I think the fire department didn't get as much of a hit as others is because those other council members that think like me, we were trying to protect the fire department as much as we can, but they also had to be in it somehow. We couldn't just say they're not going to be part of the cuts.